The holographic display flickered to life in the grand chamber of Nexus Prime, casting ethereal blue light across the assembled representatives of the Galactic Council. Ambassador Kethvar of the Centaurian Empire leaned forward, his 6 eyes narrowing as he studied the incoming transmission. "Impossible," whispered High Counselor Yurix from the Andorian Collective, her crystalline form resonating with disbelief. "The humans were exiled beyond the void barrier 50 cycles ago. Nothing survives out there." But the sensor readings were undeniable. A massive vessel approached their space, larger than anything in the Council's combined fleets, its hull gleaming with an otherworldly luminescence that seemed to bend starlight around it. Captain Marcus Rivera stood on the bridge of the Redemption, watching the familiar star patterns of his species' former home grow larger on the viewscreen. 50 years had passed since humanity's banishment, 50 years since the Council declared them too dangerous, too unpredictable for civilized space. They had been wrong about the danger, but not in the way they expected. "Captain, we're receiving multiple hails from Council ships," reported Lieutenant Torres from her station. 14 dreadnoughts have formed a blockade ahead." Marcus smiled grimly. "Open a channel to the Council chambers. It's time they learned what humanity discovered in the darkness." The transmission cut through layers of encryption and protocol, bypassing every security measure the Council had erected over half a century. When Marcus's weathered face appeared before the assembly, several representatives recoiled in shock. "Honored Council," Marcus began, his voice carrying across the vast chamber. "Humanity returns as we promised we would, but not for conquest or revenge." Ambassador Kethvar activated his speaker. "You dare return after your banishment? Your species was deemed a threat to galactic stability. We will not hesitate to—" "To what?" Marcus interrupted. "Destroy us? You're welcome to try. Computer, display tactical analysis." The hologram shifted, showing the Council's blockade surrounding the human vessel. Energy readings cascaded across the display, but where massive weapon signatures should have appeared, there was something else entirely. Patterns of energy that seemed to pulse with organic rhythm. "Counselors," Marcus continued, "in the void beyond your borders, we didn't find death. We found life. Ancient life. The architects, the ones who seeded the galaxy with sentient species eons ago. They've been waiting in the dark between stars, watching their children tear each other apart." High Counselor Yurix's form pulsed with agitation. "Lies. The architects are myth. Are they?" The view screen shifted again, showing the interior of the Redemption. But this wasn't the sterile metal corridors of human engineering. The walls seemed alive, flowing with bioluminescent patterns. Graceful beings of pure energy moved through the passages alongside human crew members. "The architects didn't abandon the galaxy," Marcus explained. "They withdrew, waiting for one species to prove worthy of their return. A species capable of growth, of learning from exile rather than being destroyed by it. Humanity spent 50 years not building weapons of war, but learning to commune with our creators." The Council chamber erupted in chaos. Representatives shouted over each other in a dozen languages, but their voices fell silent as the space around Nexus Prime began to shimmer. Ships materialized from nowhere, not human vessels, but craft of impossible beauty that seemed grown rather than built. Ambassador Kethvar's voice trembled. What do you want from us?" Marcus's expression softened. "What we've always wanted. To come home. But not as the species you banished. We return as humanity transformed, bearing the gift of unity with the architects. The age of conflict is over, counselors. The age of true galactic civilization begins now." As if responding to his words, the Redemption pulsed with gentle light, and that same luminescence began to spread to every ship in the blockade. Not as an attack, but as an invitation, an offer to join something greater than any single species could achieve alone. The galaxy would never be the same.